Good morning, everybody. I hope you slept well. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I told you guys I'd show you the setup in the daylight for the pool, so let's do that real quick. And then we're going to talk about oil. Right now I have the main jet on over in the side of the pool, down there in the bottom. So for me to switch, the way I did my valving, for me to switch between them, so I'll leave this open temporarily, and I'll close my main jet going, and then I'll switch this. If I turn the pump on high, that will shoot out further. I did that backwards actually. I should have did that valve first and then shut that off. But I'm actually going to shut the system down right now because we're going to run a vacuum in it today. So in order for me to shut everything down, I'll open this first so I have some flow. Close this. Shuts off that and that, and then now my pump is on. Now it's off. There you go. That's how the system works. Now let's talk about oil. I have a trending video on an article that was done on an old lady that only had 200 miles on her oil, but because she'd been taught that at 6 months or 3,000 miles you change your oil. She hit her 6-month mark but didn't hit her mileage. Well, the rule of thumb is you don't hit, whatever comes first is what you do. She didn't drive her vehicle very much. She only had 200 miles on the oil. And she changed her oil. People are freaking out in the comment section. Man, this guy is stealing this lady's oil. This guy's doing this. This guy's doing that. That's so wrong and all this other stuff. The lady is literally doing what she's been taught to do. 6 months or 3,000 miles. Now, I know you can go a year or more with new oils, GF6 oils, the newer oils. They all have really soluble additives that stay in suspension. They don't really fall out of suspension. With that being said, that gate is open. Why is that gate open? That gate was closed last night. Okay. Well, camera time. Well, more cameras, I should say. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of ignorant ass comments in that video. People saying a lot of nasty things about, oh, you dummy, you shouldn't be telling people this and that and everything else. And a lot of people that don't even do this for a living, they've changed an air filter in their car one time and they think they figured everything else out about life because they changed their air filter. I do admit, changing your air filter can be kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, but it doesn't give you the right to speak on behalf of all of the industry or what should or shouldn't be done. Most of you are clowns that don't have a social life, and you know, I would hope that you would amount to something, but you want to feel special about yourself, so you get on the internet, you say things to people negatively, thinking that it's going to do something for you. That temporary sense of gratification can be taken away from you real quick if you want to come run your mouth face to face. So the best place to do it is on the internet, where you're protected. Remember, your freedom of speech doesn't go past the wall of these ears. If I don't want to hear it, I don't have to hear it. And if I want to shut it down, I sure as shit can shut it down. Anyway, maintenance is a sensitive topic, and what a lot of people don't understand is the reason why a lot of these manufacturers have given you this false sense of, you know, 7,500 miles, 10,000 miles plus, is because they want you to believe that you don't have to service the vehicle, because they get a certain amount of credibility with the government if they're reducing the amount of time that people have to service the vehicle, and they sell more vehicles if they make you believe that you don't have to service the vehicle. And people can't wrap their little puny minds around that. They would rather just believe obliviously that because they did and they got away with it, everybody else can do it too. Until you give somebody the wrong recommendation or bad recommendation, and they come see me and I'm putting an $8,000 short block in their car because you told them some straight up bullshit, because you believed it was right, because you did it, you made them believe that they could do it as well. Just do better, people. Just because you do it and you get away with it doesn't mean everybody else can do it and get away with it. And just because you change your oil once a year or whenever it gets dirty, which is ridiculous anyway, the color of an oil doesn't dictate whether or not the oil should be changed. And just because the label on the oil says it can go 20,000 miles doesn't mean you should be running at 20,000 miles. If you test right at about 4,000, 5,000 miles, send off an oil sample, you'll start to see that your fuel dilution is starting to climb up there. And right at about 5,000 to 6,000 miles, it's up there pretty good. And it's time to be changed regardless of what the mileage on the oil says. You've just broken down the majority of the protecting category or characteristic that oil even had anyway. Don't be dummies. Be smart about what you do. Y'all be blessed. Have a great day.